Alright guys, the red one. Don't turn it off.
All throughout my life, I've been surrounded by my family. With the 60 extended family members on my dad's side and the 30 on my mom, I've been surrounded by them, and they've been influencing me all throughout my life. And I feel like they've affected me so much. I feel like they inspire me to be who I am today, and I form great friendships with all my cousins. One of the highlights of the year is going to Newport Beach with my dad's side of the family. During this time, we hang out on the beach and just have fun. I get to strengthen the bonds I have with the cousins I see often, and get to catch up with the ones I don't get to see as much. In case you're wondering what that looks like. It's so much fun. And I think it's the best part of my year. But I've talked to other people who don't enjoy being with their family as much. They say they have to be with their family on holidays, or they don't enjoy the experience. But I'm the complete opposite, and so I wanted to understand the different effects between me and them. And then I wanted to take that information and learn how to apply it so that we can get the best benefits out of our family. This is important because 350,000 babies are born worldwide each day. If we can know how their family affects them, we can make sure that their lives are benefited by their family. One of the biggest ways that I think family affects you as you're a developing child is through education. Child Trends recently did a survey, and it found a correlation between how much parents are involved in the child's learning and how far they get through the education program. Students who dropped out of high school, only 48% of their parents had ever attended a school event. And on the other hand, students who had gone all the way through graduate school, 89% of their parents had attended a school event. And it's the same correlation with parents who act as volunteers or act on a school committee or board. This means that our parents can give us a statistical advantage to do well through school. And that's important for the rest of our life. We all know how important schooling is, and it'll make the rest of our lives a lot easier and allow us to be a lot happier once we're adults. To quantify some of this data, I decided to conduct my own similar survey. It asked questions like, what is your grade point average? How do you think your family affects you? And one that asked how often each of the following things happened, which included your parents checking your grades, talking with your parents about your grades, your parents helping with homework. Here's the results I got. At first, I didn't really know what to think of the data, but as I looked at it more, I noticed a strong correlation. Kids who had a 4.0 GPA talked with their parents every day about their grades and homework. And on the other hand, kids who didn't do as well in school, their parents weren't as involved in their learning process. This allows all of our families to make a major effect on our education, which again is important for the rest of our lives. It's not only our intermediate family though. Extended family also has a large effect on all of this. A recent survey conducted by Wen Chang, a leading researcher in this area, discovered that extended families cause a high correlation too. Extended families that have one member of this family do well in school also promotes the others to do well. He says it promotes a friendly competition, and it can inspire everyone else to do better. I definitely noticed this with my own family. Because everyone else does so well, and I know how great some of my other cousins are, it inspires me to be the best person I can be too. And I really appreciate this, and it allows us to grow closer together. But our family doesn't only affect our education. It also affects our personality as we're developing. Heather Weiss, a researcher at the Harvard Family Institute, says that when we're developing, our self-consciousness is forming. This allows our family to really affect our personality for the rest of our life. This includes things such as our environment and genetics. The environment is very important because whatever environment we grow up in, that's the type of person we're going to be once we're an adult. If a child is raised in a happy, loving home where there's lots of family relationships, it's going to be a lot better for them, and they're going to get a lot more of the benefits that can come from family. But if parents are arguing, it's also going to get more of the negatives that come with that. The environment is important, but it's not a deciding factor. Although there are statistical correlations between regular two-parent households and divorced parent households, saying that divorced parent households aren't as good for a child to be raised in, one quote I've always liked in life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it. And I feel like this is a great point for this. Even if you're not in a non-ideal home, you can still use these. If you still are putting a lot of effort into getting the most out of your family, you're still going to get those benefits. If you want to enjoy your family, you're eating dinner with them every night and you're playing games with them, you're still going to form strong relationships that will last your on the other hand, even if you're in a normal two-parent household, if you're not trying to enjoy the benefits of family, you're not going to get anything out of it. And genetics are one of the most direct ways that our parents can affect us, even though they can't control it at all. A person is who they are, and no amount of science is going to really control what you inherit from your parents. But on the other hand, it's still very important. We can't control it, but it's important to know that things such as temperament are inherited from our parents. Family isn't only important when we're developing. Once we're all grown up, it gives us a network of resources and a support group that we can access at any time. A family network is such a great thing to have once we're all grown up. People with different skills and abilities can share with their other family members. This will allow them to get the best of anything. And if you're helping someone else in your family, you're still going to get the relationships and bond that will last forever. This really allows you to get the most out of your family and allows you to get some abilities and skills that other people in your family have. A support group is also very good. A support group is the group of people that you can go to with any of your problems. Even though many of the relationships that we may form in our life aren't going to be as strong, if we really put the effort into forming a strong family support group, it's going to last our whole life. And they can help us with any problems or anything else that we might need to go to them with. This allows us to get a lot of the problems that we have solved and allows us to be generally happier when we're adults. Because that's the whole point of our life. Throughout my research, I've found that family isn't necessary to be a successful person, but it's going to make the road to get there a lot easier. It's going to allow you to be happier when you're an adult, and even though you might have tons of money, if you don't have family or those good relationships, you're not going to be able to enjoy your life. Personally, it's made me who I am. It inspires me to do better every day and to work hard to get to a good place in life. All my relationships help me build relationships in the rest of my life as well. But overall, it affects everyone. It forms their personality. It affects their education and turns them into who they are today. But it's important that we have to put in the effort to make those strong bonds with our family. If we aren't going to try to make friends with our family and play games with them and eat dinner with them, they're not going to try with us. So it's important that we all work hard with our families so we can get the best out of those relationships. Throughout this, I've learned a lot more about how my family affects me